Hello, my name is Elaine Vermont, and I'm the Nutrition Health Specialist with NU Extension. I'm headquartered in St. Charles County, and today with quarantine cooking, we are going to be making some bean enchiladas. Now, this is an excellent vegetarian meal. You could also add meat, your favorite meat, or like chicken or ground turkey would be an excellent source of lean protein to add to this. But for today, we're not going to have any meat in ours. This recipe can be found in the Seasonal and Simple app, and you can download that app for free from your mobile device, or you can search recipes by searching Seasonal and Simple on Google, or by going to the extension website and searching Seasonal and Simple. So first, before we get going, we really need to make sure that we have a clean work area. So before we started, I wiped down the counters with warm soap and water, and then I also sprayed them with a disinfectant. It was a very dilute bleach solution, about a tablespoon of bleach per gallon of water. I just sprayed it on the counters and then let it evaporate. So our work surface is clean and decluttered. And then I also did wash my hands before we started. I washed them for about 20 seconds with warm water and soap, and making sure I was scrubbing all the surfaces of my hands and getting underneath my fingernails. So it's important that we practice proper food safety whenever we're cooking and preparing food. So I'm just gonna highlight some of the ingredients that we have, and then we're gonna get going. All right, so today for our bean enchiladas, the recipe calls for about 3.5 cups of pinto beans. I've got my pinto beans here. And then it also calls for cheese. So I've got some cheese right here. The recipe calls for chili powder. So I do have chili powder here. And then I also am using some garlic powder and some cumin that I'm going to add as well, because I really like those spices. And then I've also decided to add some other vegetables. So I'm going to add an onion and some peppers, and then and some fresh spinach. And then we also have our whole wheat tortillas that we'll be wrapping these in. So we've got some tortillas here, and I've also got some salsa that we can eat it with at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my oven on. And these are gonna bake at about 350. The whole recipe takes about 35 minutes. It's about 15 minutes of total prep time, and then about 20 minutes of cook time. So in just a short period of time, you can have a healthy, easy recipe for your family. And this is a great recipe to cook with kids, and it's pretty easy to throw together. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going with chopping my onion here. So I did wash this onion off with cold running water after I got finished peeling it. And so whenever I'm chopping this, I'm gonna make sure that I'm practicing proper knife handling skills. So I'm gonna use my claw hand to grab the onion like this, to make sure that my fingers are out of the way, as opposed to grabbing it maybe like this or something. It'd be really easy to cut a finger like that. But as long as I keep my fingers up like this, then I can make sure that when I'm chopping, I'm not going to cut myself. So I'm just going to very roughly chop this. Okay, so that's ready to go. And so I'm gonna actually go ahead and cook my peppers and my onions ahead of time. Cooking them before I put them in the enchilada is just gonna add a little bit of flavor in there, because I'm gonna add some garlic powder when I'm cooking them. And then they'll just be a little bit more cooked through as well. So I've already got my peppers here. I washed and roughly chopped some peppers. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw both my onions and my peppers in my saute pan. And I've got some oil here that I'm gonna add first. Just a little bit, enough to coat the pan. And that's on about medium-high heat. I just want to get a quick glaze going, or a quick fire on them before I put them in there. And like I said, I am going to add just a little bit of garlic powder. just about a teaspoon. And I did add, I am cooking with canola oil today. You can use whatever oil that you have on hand. Canola oil, we know, is just a good, safe oil. It's got a lot of good fats in it and nutrients. It's heart healthy, and it's actually one of our oils that has a more stable, it's more stable to cook at higher temperatures. So it has what's called a higher smoke point. Since we are going to be baking all of this at 350 degrees, it's a better option than, say, extra virgin olive oil, which is a very nutritious oil, but it's best when you're cooking at lower temperatures, or even just as a like raw thing that you would have with raw foods. So extra virgin olive oil is very delicious, but it has a lower smoke point than canola oil. So it's better to have at room temperature or lower temperatures. So now that we've got those going, I'm going to go ahead and get going on my beans. So like I said, I have some pinto beans here, and I did make these pinto beans from a dry bag, but you can use canned beans if you would like. Any kind of beans really would work. Black beans, if those are your favorite, you can use those, or you could even just use refried beans if you wanted. It is important that when we are looking at purchasing canned options, we are looking for lower sodium options. We know that by My Plate, which is just a healthy way of eating, what we know that we should be reducing our sodium intake or having low sodium intake if we can. So looking for beans with either reduced sodium or no salt added, that's a better way to do it. And then you can go ahead and clean around the top of the can before you cut it open, just to make sure that you might remove any like dirt or anything that could be on the top of the can from storage and shipping. So mine actually don't have salt on them, since I did make them I cooked them from a bag. So I'm just gonna mash these beans up with the back of my wooden spoon. You can use a fork or a potato masher if you'd like, but this is what I've got. And they don't have to be really evenly mashed or even really finely mashed, just a little bit, so you have some whole beans and you have some mashed in there as well. I'm actually gonna go ahead and add my seasoning too. So the recipe calls for a tablespoon of chili powder. So I've got some chili powder in here, and then I also, like I said, I added some garlic powder and some cumin, about a teaspoon each of those. And I'm just gonna put these in here, put these spices in there and mash them around a little bit more. And I can hear my vegetables over there sauteing. So I'm gonna go get them a quick stir. Those are starting to smell really good. Okay, so now that these are all good to go, I'm actually going to heat up my tortillas. So like I said, today we are using whole wheat flour tortillas, and you can use whatever kind of tortillas you have on hand. I do like the whole wheat ones because they give us additional nutrients. We get some fiber from those tortillas. We know that by My Plate guidance is that we should try and make at least half of our grains whole. And so by incorporating them in things like this, we're just getting a little bit closer to that. So I've got my tortillas here, and they're in between a couple damp paper towels. And so I'm just gonna pop them in the microwave for about 40, 45 seconds. And what that does is that just, it really softens up the tortillas so that they're a little bit more pliable and they're easier to roll whenever we get there. So while those are finishing up, I'm just gonna go ahead and go over our My Plate guidance, since I've been talking about it this whole time. So I've got my diagram here, and My Plate is our basic way of eating, and it's given out by USDA. And so whenever we sit down to eat a meal, this is ideally what our plate would look like. And so this just ensures that our bodies are getting enough nourishment. Just make sure that our bodies are getting enough nourishment. So when we look at our plate, and this is a 9-inch plate across, it's not this actual size, that half of our plate should consist of fruits and vegetables. So we've got a little bit more vegetables than fruits, and then the other half consists of our grains and our protein groups. So a little bit more grains than our protein, And then again, we want to make at least half of our grains, whole grains. Off to the side here, we have dairy, and so we've got that. So this meal that we're putting together now incorporates all of those food groups except for fruits. So with our whole grain, or with our grains, we have our whole wheat flour tortillas. That's our grains. Our protein, we get protein from our beans, vegetables. That's in the spinach, and then those peppers and onions that we're adding. We're getting some vegetables there. And then our beans are actually a vegetable too. So we're kind of double dipping there. Turn that down a little bit. And then we actually are getting dairy too in our cheese. So while those vegetables are finishing up, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these together. So I've got my pan here that I've already sprayed with a non-stick cooking spray so that it won't stick here. And I'm just gonna put my tortillas in here, have like a little assembly line going. And I'm just gonna lay down a little bit of my beans here. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so I'm just like creating like a little row of beans down the middle so that I can fold these in half when I get there. And then I'm actually going to add some spinach. So this is just some fresh spinach that I had lying around. You can use another form of spinach if you have that as well. It's important to note that I did wash all of my vegetables. I washed my peppers and my onions. I did not wash the spinach because the spinach came in a prepared bag that actually had been pre-washed. And so we know that it's actually safer when we are consuming those raw leafy vegetables like that that are in packages that say they've already been washed. It's safer to not wash them because we could introduce additional germs from our sink or something if we were washing them. We know that they're actually okay from the bag. So I did not wash these. I did not wash the spinach. And then I'm going to add some of my cheese. So this is a low-fat cheese. The recipe calls for Monterey Jack, but you can use whatever cheese is your favorite. And it's important, again, for my plate, we know that we want to reduce our amount of fat that we have. So lower fat options are good. So I'm just going to put some of this cheese on here as well. A little bit. And then I feel like these are getting done. I'm just gonna finish these off by putting some of my nice sizzling vegetables over top. I'm making a mess, of course. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and roll these out. So being careful not to burn myself on these vegetables. I'm just gonna kind of create a roll and have some hefty quesadillas here, looks like. And I'm gonna roll those up and have them with seam side down. So now these are a little bit messy and full, but they are ready to go in the oven now. And we would bake these for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. So I've actually got some in here right now. So this is, I mean, they don't look that different when they're cooked, but this is them fresh out of the oven. Again, we baked them at about 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, and these are ready to go. And we could serve them with some salsa. If we wanted a little bit of kick, we could also add some non-fat Greek yogurt if we wanted to have like another dairy cooler option that's also healthy for us as well. So you can see that in about 35 minutes, you can throw together a quick, nutritious meal for your family or for you. And that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in to Quarantine Cooking with MU Extension.